So all of you might know this game called Fortnite. It's a really good multiplayer game where you can choose to play solo, duo, or squad. So one day, my parents were gone to a party and I figured I would play Fortnite because that's my only chance to play Fortnite at night. None of my friends were online at this time. So I figured I played random duo. I played a couple random duo matches, but most of the players didn't have a mic, and they kinda suck at the game. So after some time, I met a guy who was actually using a voice changer. I knew it because his voice was too deep. I asked him, "How are you?" He answered,
"I'm fine."
And when we got into the battle bus, he wanted to land Tilted Towers, and I was like, "Really?" But he just jumped and I was forced to follow him. I died starlight away. And for some reason I was spectating him. He was playing so good, he killed like 9 people. And I suddenly asked,
"Are you hacking?"
He answered,
"Yes, and I'm watching you."
I was like,
"Stop, it's not funny."
He said,
"I know you're all alone at home, and your parents are going to the party, and they are gonna be home late."
So at this stage I was freaked out. I quickly exited the game without even saying a word. After some time I got an email. It said,
"I'm still watching you. You cannot hide."
I quickly blocked him. I got another email with a picture that was took through my phone. I was so freaked out, I didn't even know what to do. I replied,
"Who are you?"
He answered,
"No one."
Then he sent an email with my home address and a picture of my door. I quickly called my dad and said,
"Dad, please, help. There's someone near our house. Please come."
My dad replied, "Don't worry, I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes. If someone rings the doorbell, don't open." So my dad arrived and he saw a car standing along the street. He rushed towards the car with his shotgun in his hand. The car ran away and my father made me delete Fortnite. And the car that was parked there was never seen again. No one knows who he was or how he got my home address. But from now, I'm gonna be careful with playing online games with randoms. As all of you know, there's a cool game called Fortnite. It's a battle royale game with a bit of building aspect to it. You can play a match solo with 1 teammate or 3. And if you're alone, you get matched with randoms who don't talk most of the time. Well, I was playing 4-player squads game after game. I was matched with idiots who didn't know how to play. So finally, the next game, of course I was happy when I matched with someone who had a mic. He was pretty damn good too. We won the match and I asked him if he wanted to queue up together and he agreed. Match after match, we continued to win. I seem to have lost track of time because when I checked my phone, it was 2 a.m. I told him I was gonna head off, but he convinced me to play just one more match and I agreed. This time, we decided to do 4-player match rather than duos. Our 2 teammates both had mics. One of them seemed okay, but the other, it sounded like his mic was messed up or something. When he talked, it was hard to describe. A cracking noise I would describe as it was weird. We started the match and he began asking us bizarre questions and guessed our response before we even answered. Every guess was correct. So I even changed the real location and names for privacy purposes. He asked,
"What state are you in? Vermont?"
He would answer before we even have a chance. Then he began asking the 4th guy disturbing shit.
How's your mom Vanessa doing? Have you checked on her to make sure she is okay?
It got to the point where the guy was getting agitated. Me and my friend were also getting annoyed at that ear-piercing mic of this creep. We decided to try to leave. I opened the menu, and no matter how many times I clicked exit, nothing happened. I tried turning my PlayStation off and my TV too, and nothing worked. It then asked
why his dog was barking.
Then a few seconds later, the kid's dog started to bark. I heard him saying,
"What the f***?"
Before, I heard a crash and I screamed before he disconnected from the match. Then he began asking the guy I played with earlier similar questions. I messaged him privately telling him to try to stall since we almost won the match, and there were just 10 players left. He couldn't hold out long enough before I heard a thud on his line, then saw he disconnected. 3 players left. He began to go for me.
Nice apartment. It would be a shame if there was blood stains on the wall. You might want to double check. Make sure your door is locked.
Then I had a feeling I was being watched and something was creeping up on me. Then I saw the last player. I shot at him like there was no tomorrow. Then the winner craft came up, and I quickly disconnected from the match and turned off my PlayStation and closed my eyes waiting my fate. But the seconds turned to minutes and minutes turned to hours. Nothing happened. I checked my friend's PS account from earlier and messaged him asking if he was okay. The only response I got was this: "If anyone knows what this says, please let me know. And if you ever join a match and some guy has crackling mic, leave before it starts."